Okay, so we're going to talk about multiplying whole numbers and their applications. To describe multiplication, you can use symbols and words. Usually we say product or times, or in specific cases we could say twice something. That means multiplication. But usually there aren't a lot of words that we could use to indicate multiplication like there are with addition and subtraction. So in this problem, these problems right here, we're going to talk about translating these into words. So on part A, it says translate from math notation into words. So you would say 7 times 6. That's about as good as that thing gets. So right here, this one says 12 times 14. This one, let's change it up a bit. Maybe we could say the product of 6 and 13. Okay, this page is just letting you know that anything times 0 is 0. 4,372 times 0 is, why is that doing that? Is 0. That's all that's saying. No matter how big or how small the number is, any number times 0 is 0. And this page says that any number times 1 is itself. So this is your identity property here. So let's say 5,289 times 1 is just 5,289. That's it. Anything times 1 is itself. This is our commutative property. This says that if we change the order of how we multiply, it doesn't matter. 3 times 7 is the same thing as 7 times 3. Order doesn't matter. It's still the same result whenever you multiply. This page is just letting you know about the different ways that we could say multiplication. We've kind of already talked about that. Times, we could say product, we can say twice something just means 2 times that number. Okay, now we're getting into why we actually use those words. This says, Umberto bought 4 sheets of stamps. Each sheet had 20 stamps. How many stamps did Umberto buy? Well, he had 4 sheets, and each sheet had 20. So here's one sheet, and it has 20. Here's another sheet, and it has 20 stamps. Another sheet, and it has 20. And here's another sheet, and it has 20. So multiplication is just repeated addition, but a faster way to do that would be 20 times 4. And you get 80, and you always need to label, especially if we're dealing with word problems, 80 stamps. Okay, with this problem, it says Valia donated water for the snack bar at her son's baseball game. She brought 6 cases of water bottles. Each case has 24 water bottles. How many water bottles did Valia donate? Well, in this problem, again, we could do repeated addition, which means 24 groups of 6 or 6 groups of 24. It doesn't really matter how you look at that. Or you can just multiply to make this go a little bit quicker. 6 times 4 is 24. Carry your 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. So Valia donated 144 what? You would say 144 water bottles. Always make sure you label with word problems. It says when Rena cooks rice, she uses twice as much water as rice. How much water does she need to cook 4 cups of rice? Again, twice means multiply by 2, so we're going to take this number right here and multiply by 2. 4 times 2, she would need 8 what? what do I label on this? I need to say she needs 8 cups of water to cook this rice. Okay, with this problem, Van is planning to build a patio. He will have 8 rows of tiles with 14 tiles in each row. How many tiles does he need for the patio? We could do repeated addition, but that would take a little bit of time. It might be just quicker to multiply here. So let's do 14 times 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Carry your 3. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So 112 what? He needs 112 tiles. And this one's done in the same way. Jen's kitchen ceiling is a rectangle that measures 9 feet long by 12 feet wide. What is the area of Jen's kitchen ceiling? Well, area is equal to length times width. And so it says our measurements are 9 feet long by 12 feet wide. And again, it doesn't matter if I do 9 times 12 or if I do 12 times 9. Either way, we're still going to get the same result. So I would do 12 times 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 108 what? Well, area is always written in some sort of unit squared because we have 12 feet times 9 feet. This would be an area of 108 feet squared is the area of her ceiling.